preseason battle as we're underway in Week 4. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Round 80!
6, right there, 56.
All 52. Pass. Back. Where's that?
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
56, the mark, boys, 56. Check, 56. Right. 56.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Watch the slant. Alert. 55, Mike, 55.
Hey, Charlie.
55, Mike, guy, 55. Tag.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking downfield for Jones. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Mike, 5. It's just me and you. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Watch the flag.
Where's that?
On 1st down, Cox. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let him pop it through the posts.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Get up! 180!
Now Trubisky on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Don't get nervous.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. Going underneath here, the tight end DeValve. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20, 10, 5, and oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
Got one. Jim. Check 37.
They'll try again with Howard. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Jordan Howard, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Mike 56. Watch the backer.
Pass 85.
Allen now looks to throw. This one complete to Troy Fumagalli. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards that time.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38.
SOS.
Tighten up.
Pass.
Now Allen. That'll be caught by Cobb. And all the way touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills have retaken the lead. Hauschka with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play down, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. So the points coming fast and furious in this opening quarter. Whoa.
Yeah, both defenses, they're looking pretty exploited right now with the way these offenses are attacking. They are a step behind, back on their heels, whatever cliche you want to use. Right now, they're trying to figure out how to slow them down, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul.
And this will be caught at the 30. A big play here for the Bills. 47 yards.
And the Bills, first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
56, 56.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10.
General West. R52. Hey, Alpha.
Check right, check.
Here we go.
Watching you find. Get your swerve.
Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Allen. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Get ready. Mark 55. Mark 55. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 55 mark. Let's go.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
First down. First and 10.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Strip the ball.
On first and 10 is Connor. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come down with it, what do they call that? The process of the catch? He completed it all the way through.
Throwing now is Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
He's coming. We got double up. Kill.
Trubisky with the give to Howard. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bills' 38-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Throwing here, Trubisky. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's Trubisky. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
First down, Houston.
Trubisky now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Howard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Let's go. Get up. Hey, what's the ball?
They run with Howard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Throwing on 2nd and long. Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
He's checking.
Running with Howard. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Jordan Howard, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Alert 3.
Pass.
Alert 3.
Gun.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check. Smooth. Come on, baby.
To throw, it's Allen. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Hauschka adds the extra point. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Trubisky now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. That complete to Lamar Miller. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Blue.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. It's our time.
On first and 10, it's Trubisky. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now Trubisky. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Check three. Watch it. Watch twitch.
This is Howard on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first, they go right back to Howard. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You better bring it. You let me know right.
Now it's Trubisky. He finds Hopkins complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Trubisky now to throw on third down. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. With a catch made by Hopkins. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 28. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
This quarterback now over 300 yards down for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Howard. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Texans push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Point after try forthcoming. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 31, Allen. He'll get this one to Cobb, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mike, 50. Right there in the middle, 55. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
Mike, 55. Go. 55.
They'll run on first down. Connor. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
We own them. Pass 85. Pass 85.
55 is my guy, 55.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go, let's go. Mike 55, Mike 55. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
From the gun, it's Allen. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cox. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Mike 55. Right there in the middle, 55. 6 man.
And again, it's Allen. And that'll be caught by Cobb. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Allen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run with Connor. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Allen going to throw. That's going to be caught. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Hey, switch gears.
His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Trubisky now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Out of the gun, this is Howard. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Trubisky will throw. Thomas has got it. Complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
yardage. Okay.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Lock in, lock in. 80 weapons. Good move.
Now it's Trubisky. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. On 1st and goal, Howard. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
They go with Howard again. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans push further out in front. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns and's got him in the lead. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Ricky.
Hey, hold on.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Let's go.
On first down, Allen. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Allen to throw it. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Whitney Merciless in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 11.
Allen now on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Mike's 56.
What's that?
Army. 56.
Hey, Echo.
Right there, 56. Cut.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Third down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Red, go! Sponge! No, 61, matchbox lights. Watch 49. Now watch run. 25, check 25.
A give to Howard. Jerry Hughes on the stop. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go!
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Howard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.